Well, Mr. Hayward, congratulations on the venture. What's so attractive about this venture? How did it happen?
Well, it's a very, I think, interesting business that we are merging with. It's got two fantastic assets, two producing oil fields, an exploration portfolio, and undoubtedly the leading exploration and production position in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. And I think it's fair to say it happened fairly quickly, but we've been in discussions now for a couple of months and concluded that by combining the financial firepower and the London listing, the board and the management team of Vallares with the great operating capability that Genel has on the ground in the Kurdistan region and a fantastic resource base, we could create a company that could make a real difference in the Kurdistan region, and I hope over time in the Middle Eastern and North African region.
Now, what are the numbers behind the deal? How much did Vallares pay for a 50% stake of Genel?
The deal is a 50-50 merger, which values Genel Energy International at $2.1 billion, which is the value of Vallares today.
And how are you planning to develop the business in the region?
We're going to continue the development of the existing fields to grow production very strongly at more than 35% a year over the next 3 to 4 years. We're going to conduct a significant exploration program aimed at a series of what the technical people call high impact, low risk exploration prospects, which means we expect to find oil and gas. We'll find out whether we do. If we're successful, we will accelerate the development of those new discoveries. We think there's likely to be further consolidation in the Kurdistan region. We intend to be an active participant in that. And finally, we are also going to begin to look to find another focus area for the new Genel Energy.
And how are you planning to invest that $2.2 billion you have created in the merger?
So I think you should think of it as roughly in 3 parts. A third of it we will use to accelerate the development of new discoveries. A third of it we will use to participate in the consolidation we expect to take place in the Kurdistan region. And a third of it we will probably deploy into new opportunities out with the Kurdistan region of Iraq.
So you are planning more acquisition?
We're certainly planning more acquisitions. We'll have to wait and see where they are and what they are.
And what return do you expect from this venture in the region?
Well, I think the sort of returns that our investors are looking for and we expect to see is sort of mid-teens to mid-20s return with perhaps an average around 20%.
And in 5 years time, where do you see Genel?
I'd like to see it as a significant independent exploration and production company with a major presence not only in the Kurdistan region of Iraq but also in other areas in the Middle East and North Africa.
Well, as an ex-BP CEO, what do you think about the oil prices?
I think you have to look at the fundamentals when you think about the oil price. If you look at the fundamentals of demand remains strong. Not in the Western economies, but in the Eastern economies. In Turkey, in India and China, demand remains very strong. And it's driving up the demand for oil by about 1 million barrels a day every year. If you look at the supply side, for a whole variety of reasons, but largely to do with politics, supply is struggling to come to the market, and the recent conflict in Libya is an example. Prior to the conflict, Libya was contributing 1.6 million barrels a day to world supplies. It's today only producing a few 100,000 barrels a day, and it will be some time before all of those supplies are back. And around the world you can see reasons why supply is struggling to come to the market. So that leads me to believe that the oil price will be strong and probably be stronger in the future.
How much oil are you hoping to find in the region?
Well, the United States Geological Survey, which is probably the most reputable basis to assess the prospectivity of the Kurdistan region, estimates that there are 40 billion barrels of oil yet to be found in the Kurdistan region and 60 trillion cubic feet of gas. And we'd like to think we can find some of that.
Well, as you find more, how do you think that will affect the cost of developing it?
I think the development costs in the Kurdistan region are likely to remain low. It's onshore, the reservoirs are relatively shallow, The drilling is not very expensive. The facilities are relatively cheap. The transportation is not very expensive. So you can find and develop oil for between $2 and $4 a barrel in the Kurdistan region. You probably need to spend another couple of dollars, maybe up to $3, transporting it. But it means the overall costs to find, develop and transport the oil to a market are very low in a global context.
Well, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much.